Everybody, have a nice welcome to our presentation on building your business brand online, which is making easy but important steps in marketing. And I'm happy to have Virginia here. Say hello, Virginia.
Hello, Ulf.
Yeah, good to see you. Good to have you here. So this is a presentation we are going through, and we are covering the topics on going into how to build your brand reputation online and on client success stories, just a little basic on how you build your brand on a concept level. Then we looking at the blueprint of effective marketing, the formula text plus video times social media is brand visibility. And after this, we are looking into details using text content to build brand, using video content to build brand. And the last 2 points will be spreading the word. Word in text and video via social media and online. And last but not least, you will get a short checklist on the steps you can undertake to build your brand, the local Ecovus brand in your country. So Virginia, start with the first point.
Thank you, Ulf. That's very kind of you. And hello, everybody out there. And hopefully this will be of benefit to you as you take advantage of our amazing online environment that we have these days to be able to get our name out across the waves, and not only in our own countries, but also internationally. One of the really difficult things about our marketplace, professional services, is that it's very difficult for our client or our customer to try us before they buy us. It's not like, as you know, buying a pen or buying a chocolate bar. In the mind of the customer, it's a little bit risky buying us. There is a perception that we're expensive. They don't know what sort of outcome they're going to get if they use us. It's a bit risky. And so the way in which we have to project ourselves and the way in which we market ourselves is by showing them that we're not risky and that we understand their business and we understand their problems. Our customers or clients don't want our service, a tax advice, piece of tax advice and audit. What they have is a problem that they want solving. So they want us to take away their problem, to help them manage their risk and take away their worry. So we have to show them how we do this by stories. They're such a great way of communicating what we can do for our clients. And here on the screen, you can see examples of the stories we tell that show our clients how we build value for them, how we understand their business and how we understand their problems and help them solve it. It's what we call in marketing building empathy with our clients, showing them that we understand and we care about them and that we can help them. And in that way, we manage to easily market what we do because we're showing our clients that we understand what they're all about and what they're trying to do. Okay, shall we move on to the next slide?
Yeah, just a small remark, and for these client case studies you see here on the Ecovus homepage, there is a section case studies, and this is where we can publish all of our client case studies you want to write. And if you have a case study you want to publish, just send me an email. Thank you.
Yes, of course, that's a great point, Ulf. There's some really great examples there you can see, or you can use them yourself, or you can make your own, even better. So if we move on to the next point, this is all about how we use the internet to get brand visibility. And what we put on the slide here is a little interesting algorithm, which is text or content added to video, so that's moving images, times using social media equals great brand visibility. So what does that actually mean? What it means is, if you can take the articles that you write, the content that you write, and put it somewhere, so for example in a newspaper or on your website as a blog, which is literally just a piece of writing, usually about 300 words long, showing how you have understood a client problem, and you broadcast that across social media, you instantly get an awful lot more visibility for your brand. Another point here is the idea of videos, or what we've called short broadcasts or vlogs. And that is simply, you could sit down in front of your iPhone and record a minute of you explaining a particular problem that a client might be facing, maybe around tax, maybe around a regulatory condition that's in your country, and you do a simple explanation and record yourself, and you upload that to your website, and then you've got some great material to push out across your social media platforms and on your website. And the more you do that, the more you're reaching your customer base. You're expanding your reach and using online vehicles like social media. We talked here about LinkedIn. That's a really popular, highly rated business-to-business platform. In other words, you as a business talking to other businesses. Another social media platform, which I'm sure you will all have heard of, is Twitter. And that's a slightly different platform in that you have to use very short pieces of content, but it's great for video and podcasts. And Facebook as well is a really useful way of talking to your private clients. People on Facebook tend to be private clients. So there's some food for thought for you.
So, and yeah, talking about social media, of course, there are other social media platforms as well. In Asia, for instance, they're not using so much LinkedIn and Facebook, but other platforms. And generally, the mechanics of the social media platforms work relatively similar to each other, except Twitter, which is a special form, I think. Okay, so let's have a look and get into detail what using text content to build the Equus brand means. Many Equus International partners have their own local newsletters, of course, in their national language. And let me just quickly introduce to you what newsletters we have at the moment running on an international level. These newsletters are mainly for an international, a global audience, and we have at the moment 3 different newsletters. And actually you can find these, of course, on the equus.com homepage under news. And what you see here on this slide is the newsletter registration form, and you can actually ask your clients and ask your business contacts to register for our 3 different newsletters, and also if they want to be informed when we are holding webinars or seminars. And there are the first newsletter, and this is the one we are running for several years now, is the Equus International Global newsletter, covering, as it says, the whole globe. We have 7 issues per year, and the editor is Michaela Diesendorf. Since last year, we have the Equus Americas newsletter. It has 4 to 6 issues per year, and is not only in English but also in Spanish. language. The editor is Sabrina Guterres from Mexico. And this year new, we have the Asia Pacific newsletter, and we want to have next year 4 issues per year, and it is also in English language. And our editor here is Katie Hughes from Australia. So yeah, what can you do with these newsletters? Of course, you can submit articles to the editors of the newsletters and make your expertise and your office visible through these newsletters, but you can also take advantage of the content all the Ecovis colleagues are producing and translate these newsletters to your native language and post it on your local web presentation in your native language if you want to. And you can use, of course, the international newsletters for your international clients by asking them to subscribe to the several newsletters or we have, or the newsletters they would like to use. And yeah, of course, you can also use yeah, your own blogs or landing pages or whatever instruments in your marketing you are taking advantage of to make your local website and web presentation more visible. And this all helps to build, of course, the brand, the Ecovis brand, not only on an international level, but in your country, especially if you are using your native language when you make your native newsletters and translate the international newsletters. Let's go look into detail what can be done using video content to build your Ecovis brand. And yeah, we started in the last years to have some image videos about Ecovis International. These were relatively big videos and relatively complicated to produce. But what you can do, of course, is you can use the video footage, the material we have from Ecovis International, from the partner meetings, or from the Ecovis International image video, and make your own national office presentation out of these snippets, as well as shootings of your own stuff and office. And if you want to use these kind of resources, it is best you write me an email. The second option to create video content for visibility online and in social media is to record webinars and short webcasts. If you're holding webinars, then probably you will record them, whether you are holding them for clients or non-clients here. And you can use little snippets, little passages out of these webinars, make them really short, like 30 seconds or 1 minute, and share them on YouTube and social media to make use of the one effort of big content you were creating for a webinar. Or, and this is the idea Virginia also proposed, you can create short information pieces, a recording video, and there's actually 2 options. You can do that. You can, one is you can just make a short webcast while recording your voice over some PowerPoint slides. And the third option is to make a short webcast, like creating vlogs. This is like yeah, new tool we are proposing. This is the idea that we have 2 to 3 experts from Ecovis International talking about a very specific, a very hot topic clients are interested in, and record this web session and create a 5 to 6 minute video out of it. and have it really done really quickly and up to date. And this is how you can also connect to content of your newsletters when you are talking about the most important things of certain articles and the aspects the client really should care about. And the fourth topic, how you can deal with video content, is make videos with clients. As we said in the beginning, the credibility, the brand credibility and the trust of your potential client is built, of course, when they see that there are happy clients. And you can see on the German web presentation of Ecovis some video examples of client stories that are made. They're only in German, but I think the videos speak for themselves. So now we have created text and video content, and what do we do next with it, Virginia?
Well, Ulf, one of the things we really love doing over here in the United Kingdom and also I think in Europe is, as we mentioned before, is using social media. And social media has absolutely exploded in through the pandemic as a medium by which you get your name out there. And I'm conscious that a lot of people do know a lot about social media. But here we just thought we might give you a little bit of background, a little bit of insight into social media and how it can help you. The first thing that social media can do if you use social media is really improve your SEO. And that means search engine optimization. And what that really means is the ability of Google and some of the other browsers to find you when anyone puts in a question or searches on a subject. And the power of social media really boosts your content and helps the search engines find you on the web. And there's a big SEO project that is being run by Ecovis and by Felix within Ecovis, and he will be able to help you further if you want to find out a little bit more about how you can use SEO in your own website. But the main thing to remember is if you're writing anything, find out what it is that your clients are searching on or interested in in terms of subject matter. And then by putting it into Google, all you need to do is to put the question or put the subject into Google, and it'll come up and tell you if it's being searched, and then write about it. The other thing you need to think about with social media is that if you have a firm and maybe there are 10 people in your firm, if every single person in that firm has a social media account, what that means is, let's say they have followers themselves, and they all post and like your LinkedIn or Twitter or Facebook or whatever it is post, you're suddenly increasing your reach. Your content is going to all of those followers of those members of staff that have an account as well. It's incredible. Some of the things that work really, really well on social media, and we've talked about these previously, are using those client stories, the case studies, the testimonials. If a client comes back to you and says, you did a great job for us, we're really happy, we now feel that our business has grown, take that and use it as a testimonial. Ask them if you can use it on your website, on your social media, and their name. And it's incredibly powerful for other clients to see that your clients are really pleased with your work. Ulf has already talked about video and multimedia and how you can use that. And once you've recorded yourself and you put it on social media, a lot of people prefer watching or listening to video or podcasts through social media. So it's another really powerful tool. And what it helps you do is bring your firm's brand to life. It makes you much more accessible and personal. Suddenly they're seeing the people behind the name of the firm, and they're seeing what you're like and your personality. So it's an incredibly powerful tool for that. And it also allows your clients and anyone else following you to make a comment. It's what we call engagement. And once you get people commenting on social media about what you've posted, that again boosts your reach. It makes other people see those comments and think, oh, that's interesting. The other really useful thing about social media is it's a great recruitment tool. A lot of organizations now don't even use recruiters to find them new talent. They put their job advertisements onto social media and let people search using particular mechanisms like hashtags. You can search on jobs and you'll be found, and it becomes a lot easier to attract new talent. Plus, they're reading your wonderful posts about your client work and thinking, wow, what a great firm to work for. So what we're trying to say here is there's so much to do on social media that really helps boost or augment your marketing activity and the inquiries that you might get from people. This slide just demonstrates how you can use social media to reach extra people. If one employer has 200 followers on their own social media account, that means you could get up to 4,000 views of that post you put on your company's LinkedIn or social media. How does that work? Well, 200 followers have possibly got themselves 200 followers. So suddenly you're doubling and trebling the number of people that can see your post. We've also put a bullet here called 10% click-through. What that means is even if only 10% of those people who look at your company post, those 4,000 people, click on the post, think, oh, I want to read this. They click on that post and it go immediately to your website. And if it's only 10%, that's still 400 visitors that can get to your website and see your content and see your brand and think how interesting that might be for them. And again, the third bullet talks about engagement. What that means is if 10% of those visitors think, actually, I would like to make contact with this organization, suddenly you might have 40 people making a genuine inquiry about business. That's how powerful social media can be.
Yeah, thank you, Virginia. That is really great. And let's look at some practical examples. And this is just some screenshots of the Ecovis International LinkedIn firm profile. And yeah, many Ecovis international partners, if not all, have an LinkedIn firm profile. And I think there's still some potential with also sharing or following these Ecovis firm profiles mutually from all the international partners. And as you can see, if you're sharing text posts or video posts on your homepage, it's always important for social media that you have a visual, even if it is a newsletter text or a blog text, for sharing it effectively on social media. And then you need a picture because this is where our eye gets caught when looking at social media. And also you can share your activities, for instance, with referral partners, as he did here. He is holding, he's making a speech at a Veterinary Business Group Summit 2020. And yeah, of course, this is how you make your expertise and your activities visible, and also maybe you can involve people in being interested in this kind of event, or you can make yourself visible with webinars or seminars you are holding. And social media are really an excellent tool for sharing these activities. And again, if you're using the full potential of your workforce you're having, your staff, your people in your office, then you can really reach a lot of more than only within your personal network. And also there are some tips for managing social media accounts. It is really important to have a dedicated person for social media activities in your offices, even if you're not producing that much content. If you're just using several channels where you put your media on, like your homepage, the ecobus.com homepage, maybe LinkedIn and Facebook or Instagram, then you can see that you can share and post the same content in different social media channels, and then you have to, of course, take care of that the staff in the office is asked to share these things, and that is some administrative work that needs to be done here, and that's why it is important to give this administrative work into the hands of an good, responsible administrative person. Heath and his colleagues in Sydney go a step further. They let even the admin staff post news from their personal social media profiles. So they say, look, my LinkedIn profile is a business tool, and I let this business tool manage by an admin person. And again, involve all your stuff in sharing the good news you are producing. Then again, if you are starting to create content, if you're writing newsletter articles, blog articles, or if you're creating videos, this is some work involved there, but you cannot stop in just creating the content. You also have to put some energy in to spreading this content. So this is some other examples on webinars and videos that are being shared on social media. And here on the right top, you see just a brand new, it's just in production. We are creating the very first vlog, the expert talk with David from London, Richard from Heidelberg, and Cindy from Sydney on the topic going back to work during Corona times. And shortly you will see this as the first example and as a blueprint of how we would like to see more Ecobus colleagues, experts from different countries, from different cities, talk very quickly about a hot topic clients are interested in, clients need to know about, and make it very personal and very short. And this is always, of course, delightful and interesting to watch and easy to share on social media. And we expect to create quite some traffic on the visibility of the Ecobus brand with this tool. So last but not least, a very effective and many times mostly overseen tool in spreading your content is, of course, your email signature. I mean, you're sending a lot of emails every day and also externally to clients, to business partners. And you can easily use your email signature and post links to, like here, Ecobus International COVID-19 news, or to specific newsletter articles, or to invitation landing pages for webinars, or to videos, or just to your social media profiles, whatever. It's a really simple and a really effective tool, and we are getting quite some feedback from partners who are doing this, that it turns out for them not only an easy marketing tool, but quite effective. So Virginia, let's have a look at the checklist and what we are proposing to do.
Yeah, so here we go. We've come to the end of our little masterclass in online marketing for Ecobus organizations. And we thought we would sum up for you the easy steps that you can take to build your Ecobus brand online. First of all, as we mentioned earlier, think about what it is you actually do for your clients. What is the value you create for your clients? Not what services do we provide, but what does your service actually do for your client, and how do they use it to grow their business or manage their risk? And once you've decided what the value is that you're creating for your client, and maybe they've even told you in their testimonials or in the conversations you've had with them, then create your content around that. Find the case studies that show how you created that value. Find those testimonials that they've given you that say how well you've done to help them do that. And then also, as we've put here, there's always some interesting view on the news or view on law or regulatory conditions. Coronavirus is just giving us so much content at the moment, and write about that as well. That's the sort of content people want to read. The stories about client success, the ways in which you've helped clients overcome challenges, and what is hot in the coronavirus universe at the moment, and how does it affect our clients. And also, as Ulf has talked about, see if you can put some of that into some video or even audio content. We know from research that video and audio content is really highly looked at and read. It's a top engagement tool. So if you can take some of the content we've talked about in 2 and make it come alive with a video, that's even better. Now take that online, as it says in number 4, and put it on your social media platforms, the firm one, or give it to the Ecovis central team and they'll post it on their social media platform, and make it go out across the airwaves and live 1,000 times with all the followers that you have and the followers that the Ecovis central brand has as well. And what we've put here in red is the really important point of using your staff to help spread the word. Remember, you might only have 5 or 10 people in your organization, but if they all have a social media account, then they can help you get the message out to people reading the content that are their followers. And then 5 and 6 talk about something that is so essential but often not really thought about, which is trying to find out if it's actually read, if the content has been engaged with. And there's a really simple way of doing that. If you see how many followers your LinkedIn or your other social media platform has, let's say you start off the month with 100 followers and you put all that beautiful content onto your social media platform, maybe in 2 months' time, you've added your followers. People have engaged with your content and decided they want to follow your social media platform, and suddenly you've got 130 followers. Well, that's an evidence that you are engaging with your client base and your people who might read your content and increasing your reach. So that's a great way of tracking your results. And as Ulf has mentioned, you can send invitations out to your clients to subscribe to newsletters, and we can find out how many of your clients have done that. And that again tells you that your clients are actually reading and engaging with your content. And once you've done all that, and you can see which are the posts that have increased your followers, think about what you're going to do next month to do the same thing, or even better, increase your followers and increase your exposure still further. The very best of luck to you.
Yeah, great. Thank you very much, Virginia. And yeah, thank you everybody for listening. And on behalf of the marketing board, Virginia and I, and of course the other members of the marketing board, are happy to answer your questions to these ideas, and are also happy to spread the word about your ideas and best practices you are experienced in doing your marketing. And that was it for today. Thank you very much, and have a good time in making great online marketing. Bye.
Bye.